All right, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining. We are back with another exciting episode of Pavan's Perspective. Pavan, who do we have on the call here today?
We have two of the most amazing people in the world, and Athena Jett, American Idol rock star.
Hi.
And her little baby sister, Angelina Jett.
Hi.
And she stole Angelina stole everyone's heart in American Idol.
She did. No offense taken.
So what I want to do is I'm going to play the little clip from American Idol.
Okay.
Of your audition. And how many times have you gone back and played back that audition? How many times have you seen it?
Probably 10 times. I don't watch it a ton just because, I was really sick that day with like a fever and stuff. So it's not, to me, my best performance. So I don't love to reflect on it. But it was a really cool experience that I do like to relive occasionally.
Okay, well, I'm going to force you to relive it right
No
now.
problem.
And Angelina, what do you think? How many times have you seen it?
I've a bunch because my mom always shows it to us, and she's like, "You did that," and stuff like that. And so it's been probably like 20 times.
Okay, Angel, have you seen it before?
I haven't seen it, but I'm excited to.
All right.
I'm sure it's amazing. We're all our own worst critic, and if you were on American Idol, I think it's going to be amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so now I've seen it before. So I had and you know me, Angel. So it had to be something pretty special because the first time I saw it, I had a pretty strong emotional reaction myself. So I'm not going to have it. I've already seen it once. I'm already prepared, so I'm not going to have it again. So your reaction is going to be priceless. Can't wait to see your reaction to that clip, Angel. So here.
Do I really go get the tissues?
It's probably better you don't have tissues so that we could actually see,
See this. Okay.
You can see the rainfall. So hold on one second. Let me bring it up. Give me a minute. Okay. I think I got it now.
All right, here we go.
Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, get ready. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're right. It did have me tearing up.
Now you can get your box.
That is so sweet, just to see your guys' relationship and you really see how much you guys love each other. Your performance, amazing also. But just to see that sisterly bond is really cool and awesome that Angelina was able to be out there and support you.
Yeah, definitely.
And also, I'll echo what was it, Blake that said it?
Luke.
Luke. To have I don't think I would have the courage to interject and, say what you said. So I just think that is an amazing quality that you have as well.
Thank you.
Angelina, when you grow up, you're going to be an attorney?
I don't know about that one.
That's what it is. You're an advocate.
No.
But seriously, what have you thought about?
Mom says it all the time.
Mom says that I could be a lawyer because I like to argue and argue for what's right.
You see, I call it. Listen to your mom.
She's also like our mom in that way where if having her on your side, they will always kind of fight for you in anything that you want. They are both like that for sure.
So how, Athena, did you get to audition for American Idol? What was that process?
The process was 5 years of my mom asking me to audition and me saying no every time because I didn't think that my singing nor my style of singing and the genres that I sing were right for the show. But this year she asked me again and I decided that, hey, I've been singing at these restaurants for a couple years now. I've built up my stage presence a little bit. I still have really bad stage fright, but maybe if I audition and get through, maybe it'll get better. Or maybe I audition and I don't get through, and then my life can proceed as normal. But so I signed up for the Zoom auditions, and I heard that it's rare to get through in those Zoom auditions, at least on the first try without getting waitlisted. So we didn't have a ton of hope. We were just seeing what happened, but I auditioned over Zoom for one producer, and then like 5 executive producers, including the big executive producer for the show. And she told me immediately, you got through, you're going to be singing for the judges, and you're going to be in this city. And that was, everything changed at that point. I realized I had some hope on this show because the producers really liked my jazz.
And was your little sister with you when you auditioned on Zoom?
I think they were all waiting downstairs. I think everyone is being really quiet, so just I could focus on it. And it took a while to audition because they had so many people to get through. But the producers advised me to go downstairs and tell my family that I made it through. So actually, not on the YouTube version, but if you watch the TV version, you can see there's a clip of that Zoom meeting. You can see Angelina run up and hug me because I told them that I was getting through to the judges, and American Idol saved that clip and put it on the episode.
That's awesome. So how much, like, when did you first start singing? When did you first start practicing? How old were you?
I started really young. I think around 8 or 9, I realized that I really liked singing. So actually I think I might have taken and like privated them, but there's videos of me singing when I was 10 years old. I think I just knew from a very young age that singing is something that I was meant to do, not only just for myself, but for other people. But even if I didn't ever sing for anyone else, I would sing for myself. I would sing in the shower. I would sing in my room. I would sing in my car. Singing is just something that I feel like my body has to do. My mind, it's good. It's fuel for my soul. It's just something that I feel like I was born to do.
And Angelina, do you have any hidden gifts that you want to share with us?
I do dance at my school. I do dance, and I'm a contortionist.
Wow.
So
Very flexible. She just had a dance recital yesterday, but she can do all the,
crazy poses.
crazy poses, fold herself over, back handsprings and all that fun stuff. So she's the gymnast, dancer, and I'm the singer.
So are you a big fan of the AngelAi logo then, being a dancer?
Yeah, it's really pretty. I really like it.
Yeah. So, Angel, do you have any brothers and sisters?
I do. I have one older sister. We're about 3 years
Are you
apart.
two the same, like Athena and Angelina?
We're actually 8.
Yeah, bigger age gap there.
But Angel, are you and your sister as close as Athena and Angelina?
We're definitely close. We grew up, being friends. She was my first best friend, but I, at your age, would never have had the nerve to even go on stage. So I really admire that quality that you have.
But you would have stood up for
Thank
your
you.
sister.
I would have tried. I was pretty shy, Pavan. You'd be surprised. But I would have wanted to.
So talk to me about being on American Idol. How did that feel? And what was it?
Well, the experience was very new. I've always said for many years that my biggest fear was to be on TV. I love acting, I love singing, I love dancing on a stage, but the experience of being on TV was very scary to me. I have really bad stage fright and a really bad fear of cameras. So this show is both. So that getting over that took a couple months, and even in the audition, you can see I'm very nervous. So that's something that I still carry with me. But that experience, it helped it a lot, you know, getting out of my comfort zone and putting my name out there as an artist. And also, I met an amazing music community in the other contestants. I now have a huge friend group of like-minded musicians like myself who are driven, passionate, and we have a lot of love for each other as people in this tough industry.
So that just goes to show you, if you want to make the impossible possible, just go for it. Because why is it, Angel?
Because nothing is beyond reach, as AngelAi would say.
So talk to me about both of you growing up. How was that like? And Angelina is still growing up.
She is still growing up. Growing up, a lot of my childhood was taking care of my siblings, as well as pursuing my own hobbies. As being a singer, I did musical theater in high school. She's doing dance. What's really nice about the way that we've grown up is that our parents are very supportive of our artistic endeavors. They believe that it's very important to have these hobbies that make us feel creative and can be a source of our creative output. They've always been really supportive of that, of my singing, her dancing, my brother, whatever he's into. I think he's into video games right now. He's about 10 years old. So while he's not, I just heard him playing the recorder yesterday. So any artistic endeavors or hobbies that we want to pursue, they are always super passionate about it. So art and our hobbies are just as important as our school in this family.
And Angelina, what has been the coaching and inspiration that you've gotten from your big sister?
The coaching and inspiration I've gotten from Athena has been knowing what to do in like situations in life, because I'm new to all of it and she's been through it way more than I have by now. And she's been coaching me through just everyday things, going through school, and just my performances and stuff. She's been helping me and coaching me on that too.
So would you rather listen to your mom or listen to your big sister?
Depends on what the topic is.
Yeah, I mean, Athena knows more about dance and musical theater because she did it. But Mom knows more about performance, quality and
sparkle and
pizzazz. Yeah.
She's incredibly, her work ethic is something that we both admire about our mom, and it's something that we strive to achieve, and we admire it a lot.
Athena, where do you see your future now that you've been on American Idol and you're recognized nationally?
I hope to pursue music professionally. I'm working towards that right now, and I hope to get that off the ground within the next couple of years, get some music out. I have 2 songs out right now, which my experience on American Idol inspired that new process of making music, because I'd never done it before, never thought I could do it, never thought it was possible. But through the people that I met in American Idol and this new platform I was given, I had the confidence and the ability to make music and put it out on streaming platforms. So, and right now I'm just working towards being a professional artist, getting through school so that I can focus on music fully and hopefully one day become a touring artist. That's my dream.
Gotcha. So, I grew up listening to a lot of Lionel Richie. So I think it's from,
Did you?
I mean, he's more from my generation than yours. And I think
Yeah.
it's just amazing. I mean, I would have been screaming if I was in front of Lionel Richie, like, yeah.
He's actually the judge that I knew the least about going into it because I grew up listening to Katy Perry from my mom and Luke Bryan from my dad. But they're both big Lionel Richie fans, but they never listened to it around me. But they've been to like 10 Lionel Richie concerts, but I haven't, other than a few of his songs, I wasn't a huge fan or didn't listen to a lot of his music. But he was a great judge. I really enjoyed watching him watch other contestants. He was very passionate about everything. So he's actually my favorite judge for that reason, even though he didn't say much to me directly about my performance.
Did you get a chance much to interact with him?
No, not really. It was either Katie or Luke taking the reins of the feedback. So maybe if he's there next year or in a couple years when I try to audition again, maybe he'll be able to reflect more on my performance and give me more feedback.
Maybe next time you can audition, you can sing and Angelina can dance.
True.
That'd be fun.
Do they allow that?
I don't think they do. It was a miracle we got her in the room at all. They don't usually let anyone in the room at all except for the contestant unless someone is playing the piano. But we brought that gift to my audition, and we asked production if she could, maybe sometime after we're done filming, maybe we could get the purse to Katie. We didn't even have to like do it directly. We asked if we could just pass it off, but they said, wait a minute, let me talk to someone. We'll see what we can do. So then they took a picture of the purse, and then they took a picture of Angelina, and then they came back and said, okay, we're going to let Angelina go in the room with you, which was more than we were expecting. But if that hadn't happened, we wouldn't have had that moment. So that was really cool.
Yeah, the producers knew what they were doing, huh?
It's almost like they're professionals.
They know good TV when they see it.
Yeah.
So, Angelina, do you coach Athena at all?
I definitely have input on what she's singing and how she's singing. Like, our whole family does. Even my brother. He gets to say stuff about how Athena's singing because she always comes to us for advice and stuff. And she goes, and I love it when she has input on me when I'm dancing because it always just helps me be better.
Do you see, Athena, your style or your genre that you're in, which your art is? Do you see that changing, evolving over the next couple of years?
I don't see it changing. I've been a lover of jazz for about 6 years now. I heard my first jazz song when I was 14, and I never stopped listening to jazz. And then because I heard it so early in my life, I think my voice has sort of grown into this jazz tone that now if I try to sing a pop song, you can smell it on me immediately that this is not what I'm into and this is not what I'm experienced with, which was kind of an issue on the show because after that moment, Katie was like, well, now you got to sing pop. And I was like, I don't know how. So jazz is my home. Jazz is what I love. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. Hopefully over the next couple years, I get better at it. That's all I'm hoping, but I don't see it changing. I mean, other than incorporating some pop into my jazz where maybe I'm turning a pop song into jazz, or I'm taking a pop song and just trying to weave in some of the jazz or weave in some of the pop into the jazz. It's a struggle to try and stay relevant with an audience who doesn't listen to jazz all the time while still being true to my genre, my favorite singers, and my favorite era, which is 1940s, 1950s.
So, too bad. I was hoping you'd say, yeah, I'm making a transition to heavy metal and kind of
Well,
style.
Campus,
Pavan's favorite.
if you've heard my song The Gamble, it is pretty it has some rock elements, and that's something that I thought was fun with Idol, when they said, you know, you're young, you should try to experiment with different genres. And then I did. So then I made a song that has a lot of rock influence, rock blues. And that was so fun. That's kind of like a 3-minute project. And then I made a song With You, and it's got really groovy folk elements to it. And that's a little pebble of like a different genre. So I don't mind at all experimenting with different genres, but I will kind of always go back to jazz.
You mentioned that you do have plans on going back to American Idol, and that it was one of your biggest fears, being on TV and singing in front of a bunch of people. So, I think a lot of people would just give up after facing a fear. What is it? Can you talk about your mindset and kind of your thoughts that inspire you to keep going and keep working towards your dream?
Definitely. The thing that I loved most about Idol was not only the community that I found, but also how far it pushed me out of my comfort zone in terms of, for example, I going in didn't think of myself as this artist with a brand, with aspirations and dreams to do this professionally, on a nationwide scale. I only thought, you know, I live in Vegas. I'll just sing in Vegas. I'll sing at jazz clubs, and I'll just settle for that dream. But this experience pushed me out of my comfort zone and really forced me to go, what if I could do this? What if I could pursue my dreams of being a touring artist, be known nationwide as a jazz singer, and share my voice and my favorite genre with the world? What if that was possible? And through Idol, I saw, oh, that maybe that could be possible. Maybe people like what I'm doing, and maybe I could make this a actual career rather than working a computer science job and singing on the weekends. Which, hey, that sounds great, but I've always known that I've had a little bit bigger dreams than that kind of comfortable full-time job singing on the side, because singing to me is so much more than a side job. And if I could pursue it professionally full-time with the opportunities that Idol has given me, or with the platform that Idol has given me, I want to do it. And that was a hard decision to make, and obviously not the safest one. It's a little bit scary, but I felt really inspired by the other contestants that I saw who are doing this as a career. And it just really changed my life. And I want it to change my life again and again. And I just want to try out these new opportunities, like auditioning for Idol again, maybe auditioning for other shows. Because if I've grown so much just from auditioning once, how far can I grow from auditioning again, or doing other things, or traveling? That's pretty much my mindset about auditioning again.
What's your advice to people who want to do things? There's a lot of people out there that are listening, and they have always want to try something, always want to do something, but they're afraid to take that first step. They're afraid of failure. And
Mhm.
and
My
now
sorry.
go ahead.
My advice to those people are, you might think that you taking this first step, oh, it's not going to be perfect. You're right, it's not. For sure. No one's first step in anything is going to be perfect. It's wobbly, you don't know your footing, you don't know where you're going. But first of all, you can look at all these people, all these amazing idols in whatever you're trying to do, singing, dancing, work, an office job where you're just trying to get to the top. No one got to the top without taking that first step, then the second step, then the third step. And it's not about being perfect. No one ever expects anyone to be perfect. And if they expect you to be perfect, they're not being very realistic. And that's not how hard work works. And hard work gets you to where you want to go, not perfection. And you can't put in the hard work until you take that first step. And if you wait until you're perfect to try, you're never going to start, because you learn how to be close to perfect, or you practice and it seems perfect. But if you wait until you're perfect, or if I had waited to audition until I was like, I have no stage fright and I'm perfect, I'd be 40 years old, because that's how long it takes you to get to a level of perfection that you're okay with, or a level of professionalism. I kind of just went for it. I said, I'm at 75% confidence. I'll just go for it and see what happens. And my life is completely changed because of it. And if I hadn't taken that step, I wouldn't be here talking to you. I wouldn't be on American Idol, this show that I've adored for so long. And I wouldn't be confident in myself as an artist yet. So just take the step. It's not going to be perfect. And no one is expecting it to be. And you just have to do it. You just have to try.
Yeah. So I think, I want to back up for the audience. They missed a really important point that he kind of snuck in there. So Athena is an artist. So she's also, obviously her and her sister are obviously very beautiful, and lots of brains. She's really, really smart. She has a degree in computer science and is working. Tell us about where you're working and what you're doing.
Well, I'm working towards my degree in computer science right now. I'm in my third year, about to finish my third year. And I'm working on independent projects when it comes to computer science. And it's interesting to see where those two kind of weave themselves together in my life. My computer science side, analytical, puzzle solving side, and then my musical creative side. I don't think there's one without the other. And also, I think a life where I am successful and happy is a life where both can live in harmony. So whether that's doing something creatively with computer science, or doing something creatively with singing, where I'm also being analytical and puzzle solving and trying to make things better and better. So, kind of like left brain, right brain working together. There's no Athena without computer science, and there's no singing without computer science as well.
Yeah, so let's put this in perspective. Athena's at a university. She's top student in computer science, which is no joke. It's a lot of math, a lot of engineering, and she's an artist. And I assume that you got all of that by sitting around and doing nothing, right? No.
No.
It's a lot of hard
not.
work, right? Right. So,
and it's scary. It's not easy to do either. Computer science is competitive and music is competitive. Both are not easy careers, and somehow I decided to do both. So I don't know if I'm crazy. I don't know when I decided that stability is not for me, but I'm kind of just going for whatever feels right, and whatever challenges myself. I love challenging myself and feeling like I'm accomplishing more than I thought I could. So with Idol and with pursuing a computer science degree.
So I'm assuming that's a ton of hard work and a ton of discipline, and probably very little time to spend with your little baby sister.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. Both my siblings, they'll say, can we work in your room? Because we know you're working in your room, and they just ask if they can play on my bed while I work. And it's hard being one of the caregivers for my siblings, and yet being so busy with all my other endeavors. And yet it makes it so much more fulfilling that I get to be an inspiration for them and also share my hobbies with them and my aspirations and my goals. I don't know how I'd feel if I was on American Idol and had no one to share it with, or no one to see all my hard work and then see it fulfilled. If I was alone in that, I'd feel, I don't know how I'd feel, but I don't want to imagine it, because having little siblings is something so important in my life.
So what's like your daily schedule? I'm assuming it's pretty packed.
A little packed, yes. Some days I get some respite, but let's just say I haven't watched TV in a very long time. If it's not while doing laundry or while working or while showering, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time management. It's a lot of running around. It's a lot of, well, thank God I get to sleep after that day I've had. But it's very fulfilling, and I can't imagine a life where I didn't do half the stuff that I did, because it's so important to me. It's important. Being an artist is important to me. Being a student is important, and working hard for my goals is very important. And that's a lesson I want to teach my siblings. That's a lesson I like to teach my friends. It's a big part of who I am.
And don't forget, you're instrumental in raising your little brother and little sister.
Exactly.
So you're managing it all. And
Yeah.
you're only what, 21, 22? 20.
I'm 20.
Only 20. And you don't even know the word excuse. Never heard of that word, right?
Yeah. it's I have mental excuses. And then I make sure they don't leave my mouth, because everyone has those days where they're like, I don't want to do this. This is really hard. But I remember what's important to me. I remember the person that I want to be. It's easier to be a good person when you have this one looking at you all the time. It's easier to not complain because you don't want her to complain. It's easier to work hard because you want her to work hard. And that's why being a big sister is the foundation of who I am, because I don't think I would have the patience, the discipline, the work ethic, or the desire to be a good role model without having little siblings, especially so young. My sister is 8 years younger than me, and my brother's 10. So
this may be a difficult question to answer because it's probably all you know. But your family seems just so close and really supportive of one another, and you challenge each other and cheer each other on. What do you think, just, seeing your friends, families, other families, what do you think it is that just gives you guys that connection?
I think that we are a pyramid, the five of us, and more like a Jenga situation where if you pull out one block, the whole thing's coming down. We rely so much on each other, and this might be a lot of different families. We rely so much on each other for emotional support, physical support. Who's doing what chores, dad's having a bad day, let's help out. Athena's having a bad day, let's help out. Mom's having a bad day, who's picking up the kids, me, mom, or dad? It's we all rely on each other so much. Even myself, my dad, and my mom also rely on the kids to be understanding when we're stressed, and then we try to help out as much as we can by being their support system. So we all really rely on each other, and we are a tower, and if you take out one of the 5 blocks, we all crumble. So we are all very important to each other.
That's awesome. Now we're almost out of time. I know you have to leave in a few minutes. So let's close off with one final question, and this is for Angelina. Can you tell us exactly how much you love your big sister?
My sister is my whole world. I wouldn't be who I am today without her. She's been there every single day. She was there when I was born. She was there every step of the way. She taught me so much growing up. I was always there cheering her on. She was always there cheering me on. I had my show yesterday. Everybody was there. It's like, it's nice to have the support from her and my whole family. It's just, she means a lot to me.
I was there when you were born. I forgot about that. I was I was 8 years old in that room.
Wait, you actually watched her come out?
I did. I don't know why. I don't know who let me in. But I was there. I think I was adamant. I was like, I want to see it. And then I regretted it, but I have been.
Did you cut the cord?
I didn't cut the cord, but I was busy. My grandmother gave me an apple to eat, and I was like, "This is gross. Why are you giving me something I don't want to eat right now?" I think my dad, but yeah, I've been.
Well, Athena, before we wrap up, you mentioned you do have a couple of your own or a few original songs out. Where can we find them?
You can find both The Gamble and With You on any streaming platform. I wrote them with my co-writer and best friend. His name is Luke Michael Baker, and he was also on Idol. I was really hoping for his audition to get aired, but I had this one, so that's why it got aired. But he's so talented, and he's a big reason of why I was able to put out original music, because I can't write by myself. I don't play any instruments. So those two songs, both The Gamble and With You, are available anywhere you listen to music: YouTube, Spotify, Apple. And I'm working on more music right now. And actually 3 days ago, I put out a Kickstarter for supporting the funding of making it a jazz EP. So hopefully if that gets funded, I'll be able to work on more music.
Where can people find that if they are interested in supporting you?
You can find that at athenajett.com, as well as all my socials and my music.
There you go. AthenaJett.com. AthenaJett.com.
Perfect.
And if Athena and Angelina can basically make Katy Perry and Lionel Richie cry at the same time, then truly nothing is beyond reach.
Exactly. I was climbing today, and I thought, wow, this is a great hoodie, because nothing is beyond reach. What a good climbing hoodie, actually.
Looks good on you. We gotta make sure Angelina gets plenty of angel gear.
If she needs a small, I have like 5, but I was like, these are all larges. She'd be drowning in them, so we'll get her a small.
Yeah, we'll get plenty of stuff ordered for her. We got all sorts of stuff.
Thank you. Nice.
All right. Well, enjoy your evening. Have fun. Keep up the hard work. And
Thank
just
you.
remember, everyone listening, there's only one solution. If you want to get anywhere, is get to work. Nonstop, just like Athena.
Definitely.
Cheers. Thank you, everybody.